And we are back to play more of this game, Friendsim. Only this time we're going for
artsy fartsy lady.
Amnesia's playthrough storyline thing. Of aesthetics, crimson, and other crimson. That was a bunch of question marks. That's what they advertised as. Somebody I saw somewhere. I don't remember. Anyway, what am I talking about?
I don't know, but there was no crimson in the other one, so there must be lots of crimson in this next one, yeah?
In theory? I suppose.
So...
It's still just...
We should see what the old ones pose like. Like, not right now, because there's no go back button, but just you should.
Yeah,
For your own personal validation.
Wait, I don't remember how I voiced her. Frig. Wait.
We'll be right back. And we're back. Lo, what light through yonder wind the organic architecture breaks? A small figure approaches.
Shelby, I know we literally just went...
Happy, kind of higher pitch.
Right, okay. Oh! Oh my gosh. You're so...
No, you're supposed to drag out the U, not the so.
Shut up! You are so... Well, actually, I think she just does that. That is her quirk.
Quirks are much better in My Hero Academia. So far, you've swallowed quite a few insults in regards to your looks and intelligence level. You aren't really the type to let the shallow opinions of others get you down. But it's been kind of a rough day. You brace yourself.
Cute! Aww! 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 She thinks we're cute.
I hope she's evil.
I mean... Okay, I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh. Oh. She gives you a sweet, sincere smile.
Aww. I've never seen anything like you. It's giving me all sorts of new ideas.
Boy, do you hope some of those ideas are about friendship. Now that you've got a taste of it, you are hungry for more. You take a stumbling step forward, and your ribs remind you that although the potential of camaraderie is enough to improve your mental health, it can't cure acute injuries.
Oh. You don't look so good. Come inside. I've been looking for new contributors. I'm okay.
Contributors? Could she mean friendship contributors? No, that's dumb. Maybe she runs some sort of alien newspaper and she wants you on the staff. She looks a little young for that, but what the heck do you know about alien management hierarchy? You follow her up to a nearby building, and now that you're looking up from your ravenous hunt for companionship, you notice that you've wandered into a kind of an upscale part of town. There's a lot less garbage and people are collapsed in the street. You see one of those spiky robot things, but it's washing a window instead of shooting a laser at the group of children.
Huh.
If that's not high class, you don't know what is. Before you can follow her inside, she turns around in the threshold, blocking your way.
Real quick. You don't happen to be an artist, do you?
Artistry? Well, as a matter of fact... Tell her, yeah, it isn't exactly your whole deal, but you've been known to dabble. Tell her no, you've never had much of a knack for it. What will Ashley do? What will Ashley do?
Whatever I do, I'm gonna wind up getting killed. You pick!
Do you want to succeed or to fail?
To succeed!
Okay, tell her yes.
Ow!
Carry on.
I see how it is. Well, you aren't going to snake rodent any trade secrets out of me. Goodbye!
You completely blew it. If only you understood how friendship worked. See, I was under the assumption that that would happen on account of you had to agree with the other one to get into their place, so you needed to disagree with this one to get into theirs.
You did that on purpose?
Of course I did that on purpose. I wanted to see all the things.
Fuck you! Dude. No, I'm horrible at it. I've never arted before in my life. I hate art. Art is stupid.
Oh, good.
Give me a second. Okay. Oh, good. Friendships between artists can be so fraught. Much better to just keep things between artists and not appreciate. Wait. Much better to just keep things between artists and not appreciators.
Art appreciators.
Artists and... Okay.
You can read.
Are you the person who betrayed Sarava? I don't know. Whatever. That way no one can get jealous.
This girl's smile widens even further, and you feel an unbelievable rush of joy. Have you finally found someone who isn't a total fucking maniac?
I'm suspicious of you.
And she brought up friendship without you having to mention it at all.
Oh, did she?
It puts a spring in your step. Or as much of a spring as possible with a broken arm and a misaligned torso. Amicia leads you into an elevator with buttons labeled in spiky letters that make absolutely no sense to you. You realize that probably nothing is going to ever make any sense to you again. That's okay. Your hierarchy of needs has adjusted recently. Your new friend, you are jumping the gun with this description, but you are feeling seriously good about this encounter, stands in the corner of the elevator, wriggling her claws. Ringing. Shut up.
I wish I'd known I was gonna have company. I would have cleaned up a little. It's been a while since I've met anyone new.
You assure her that whatever disaster her house is in, it can't be any worse than some other places you've seen here. Although you kind of get what she means. She's wearing an artist smock that's covered in splashes of paint. That's not paint.
How would you know?
I'm just assuming.
I forgot I read all the cards to you, but wait, what are you assuming it is?
I'm assuming it's blood. Since I know trolls have rainbow blood. Actually, it doesn't really look like paint, but it couldn't be anything else, could it? It's every color of the rainbow. Besides, what did her card say? I don't even remember.
Okay, whatever.
The elevator door slides open and you step into a space that you are relieved to find is totally recognizable. A table overflows with messy palettes and brushes, cloudy jars of water and sponges. Several easels stand beside the windows to catch the light of the two moons, and a number of canvases lean against the wall, turned so you can't see what's on top of them.
Wait, the canvases... Okay, right, okay. First things first.
Amicia brings you over to a wall screen that looks way more high-tech than anything you have seen on your now-defunct spaceship. Tapping away at a series of unreadable symbols, she then indicates you should take off your sling.
Wait, does that mean that, what you call it? Meat Boy's, playthrough was canon?
It's canon to this encounter, at least.
Here. Go ahead and stick it in there.
She seems to want you to put your injured arm into a large hole in the wall, which you do because you are sure your new friend has your best interests at heart. The hole shrinks down like a blood pressure cuff, sending bolts of agony through you. You want to yank your arm back, but you don't. Even if it's broken, you still like having it attached to you. Instead, you shout a lot and thrash your other limbs around.
Calm down, you big wriggler. It's like you've never seen a medicalizer before. If you don't stop moving it, it won't work. If you don't stop... Okay.
Tears spill down your cheeks, but you force yourself still. You'll bear the pain. You'll do it for your friend. She's looking at you so hopefully, and she's so delicate and pretty, almost angelic. You look at her face and tell yourself it's all going to be okay. Finally, the hole releases you, and you pull your arm back out to find it completely healed.
Wow.
You can move your fingers. It doesn't even hurt anymore. Hey, things are looking up.
I did not expect that. See? I told you.
I bet the canon ending to this game eventually is that you befriend all these misfits. And then they all die. Because Homestuck is terrible.
The audience can't see the face that I'm making at you right now. It is one of pain and how the fuck would you even kind of expression? Like a what the fuck? What the fuck? You don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't, but that's the vibe I get from Homestuck. From everything I've experienced from it thus far.
It's accurate.
Good.
I say accurate weird.
Yeah. But this is great. You are overwhelmed with the urge to celebrate. Be chill about it, or get excited and dance your new friend around the room.
Dance! No. Fuck, dance.
Good choice. You try to resist the urge to celebrate. You fail to resist the urge! You take Amicia by her tiny hands and twirl her around the studio! Or you try to. You forgot about your busted ribs. You sure are doing that a lot. You let go of Amicia and go careening it out into one of the tables. Thankfully not the one covered in art supplies. You hit the corner and go down on your already incredibly sore ass. This is what you get for acting like a huge fucking tool in front of your new friend.
Are you okay? That was some sort of Was that some sort of ritualistic rite of healing I've never heard of before?
You shrug against the floor. Amicia leans down and picks you up in a bridal carry, despite the fact that she's about half your size. It makes your ribs hurt, but what doesn't nowadays? Amicia lays you down on a weird, lumpy couch.
Are you sure you're okay? You look a little...
She trails off to nothing. She's looking at your left arm, which you have draped over yourself awkwardly, to sort of try and hold your torso together.
That color.
At first you think she means the color of your skin, which is different than her light gray. Then you think she means the truly fantastic buffet of bruises you got going on. But then you realize that in your prancing idiocy you've managed to scrape the inside of your arm. Blood oozes sluggishly from the wound. What color blood? What color is the blood?
This isn't gonna go well.
Amicia dredges a finger through it. You're half expecting her to put it in her mouth and for this to become a whole cannibal situation. Well, since you aren't the same species, it wouldn't really be cannibalism, but still, no thanks. Instead, Amicia just holds her finger up, the drop of blood trembling on the tip.
This color... I've never seen anything like it.
She dashes off to one of her tables, pulling over a sketchbook and dragging her finger down it. Your blood paints a rusty line down the center. She lets out a little squeak of excitement. She's never seen rust-colored blood.
Well, not... Okay, like, rust bloods, they have, like... It's like, a little darker than normal, like, it's, like... What is, like, the human blood color is, like, candy red, or whatever. That's what it's labeled as in Homestuck.
But you're not a human. You're a stickman thing.
Whatever. This is... amazing!
What? Red?
Not red. There's a million dirty little rusties swarming all over the city. I'm drowning in red. This is... crimson. It's incredible. You must be some sort of mutant. You're really lucky I found you instead of one of the drones.
Lucky? You? Ha! Ha ha! Yes, very lucky. The luckiest. Though your arm is healed and you're out of whatever doubtlessly weird weather happens on this planet, maybe Amicia's right. Maybe you are lucky. You close your eyes and try to breathe. Zen yourself out. Really center yourself in your own body and all that garbage. Then you open your eyes and now you aren't sure. You sure aren't centered anymore. In fact, you roll completely to the left as you try to get away from Amicia, who is back and standing over you with a gigantic axe.
Oh my god. Watch out!
Amelia grabs you, drags you back up onto the couch, and plants her hand on your solar plexus, effectively pinning you down.
You'll hurt yourself if you keep flopping around like a beach blubber beast. You... What? You want to be friends, don't you? You want to help me with my artistic aspirations, right?
You get the feeling that she might be trying to manipulate you. Just the tiniest little suspicion. It's possible Amelia has recognized your intense craving for companionship and is trying to exploit it. You don't like being suspicious of a new friend, but that is a pretty big axe.
I don't know what's got you so worried. I just want to show you my axe.
Oh, of course. Makes sense. It is a really nice axe. You hold out your hand for it, but of course it is too heavy for you, and your hands are all sweaty, and you fumble it. Fumble the really sharp weapon. Amelia tries to catch it before it's too late, and somehow in all the wriggly struggle you end up getting cut, like, very cut, across both your wrists.
Ow.
In fact, you don't think she could have aimed even better if she'd been trying.
Oh. Oh dear.
Hard agreed.
Don't struggle. You'll only hurt yourself more, silly. You don't want to do that, do you?
No, you definitely don't want to do that. Not after what a Butterfingers she's proven to be. Amelia gets up to put the axe down, and you kind of lose track of her for a little while. You are bleeding all over her couch, and everything around you starts to go shiny and unreal. She comes back with a couple little jars and uses it to catch your blood. That's a good idea. You sure are making a mess. You wonder if they are specifically blood jars. They look like jam jars. Alien jam. Space jam. God, you love that movie. It's been so long since you've seen it.
It has.
Yeah.
I barely remember it.
I miss Lola. You know they got Kat Susie playing her these days again?
Who?
The lady who played her in that movie.
Oh, cool.
Because, like, that annoying The New Looney Tunes show thing ended, or whatever that was called. They stopped showing that, and then they made a new thing in a very similar art style that's more like traditional Looney Tunes. And it's much better. And they've got Lola in that as a weird hybrid of the original and the sitcom-y version. Played by the original actress, and I rather like it.
I'm curious about that.
Yeah. It's been so long since you've seen it. Definitely the best PG movie about basketball. Way better than the one with the dog and the clown.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. What's that called? Buddy, something Buddy.
Airbud.
Airbud, yeah.
Yeah, not a fan. Do they even have basketball here? You ask Amelia. She just shushes you and brushes your hair back off your forehead. She keeps smiling and saying comforting things. Guys, she's a good friend. Before too long, you do what it's honestly a goddamn shock you haven't done before now. You pass out. When you come to, you are propped up against the wall in a weird way that you wouldn't have even if you weren't
You wouldn't love even if you weren't an invalid?
Which both of your arms are jammed in the hole in the wall.
Wait, we're not dead?
The med hole, the glory hole of well-being, the magic sphincter. You grunt and pull your arms back out. They're healed. The cuts on your wrists are just two faded pink lines.
Huh.
You take a step away from the wall and immediately hit the ground. You may not be actively dying anymore, but you did just lose like half the blood in your body. Gosh, you're tired.
Wow.
A little giggle makes you turn around, or roll over since you're still on the floor and probably not getting up there anytime soon. It's fine. You've met worse floors in your life.
Is she just gonna keep me around? Cause that would be smart, cause she would be able to get the color, but, what?
Yeah.
I was expecting death and murder.
Silly you. You picked the right choice. Amelia is sitting at one of her easels, her hair pulled back beneath a scarf and little round glasses perched on her nose. A jar of your blood sits next to her, and as you watch, she dips a brush in.
Huh. I'm glad you're awake. I was a little worried I'd actually killed you back there.
She laughs she laughs and you laugh along with her. It's very funny. Actually, everything is funny right now. It's probably the blood loss. You ask her what she's painting.
You, of course. You inspired me.
Well, right now it just looks like a bunch of red squiggles and some lines, but she's only just got started. She's warming up. She sits there on a stool, looking at her palette and chewing on her lip thoughtfully. She looks somewhat nervous.
Actually, I want to show you something. Something I've never shown anyone else.
She leaps up from her stool and crosses the studio. You roll onto your other side to keep her in your line of sight. You really hope she isn't getting another Space Jam jar. She starts turning around the canvases one by one. They're all blank, except for one, which has a little... Wait, no, that's just a shadow. Every single one of them is blank.
Huh.
You aren't sure you understand. You ask her if these are all just new canvases that she has not gotten the chance to paint over on yet. Amelia sighs.
No. I've had them for forever. I'm just... not a real painter. What? There! I said it!
She buries her face in her hands, talking from between her fingers.
I am so confused. I'm really good at all the other parts. What? The materials and the studio. I even make all my own paints. I just can never do the actual sitting down and doing art part.
She just looks so despondent. You wish you could do something, but you don't really know that much about art, and you probably can't stand up yet. You tell her that she looks like she's moving in the studio in the right direction, at least. You don't even have a studio or any brushes or stuff like that. Of course, you have no aspirations on becoming a painter, but you leave that part out.
That's just it. I feel inspired for the first time ever. I think it has to be your messed up, disgusting mutant blood. There's really no other explanation.
She takes a knee beside you, picking up one of your limp hands with hers. They're cold, like she's been pressing them to a glass window in winter.
Usually I just finish off my contributors quickly. I don't have time to deal with a bunch of injured lowbloods moaning around my studio. But I couldn't just use your blood up all at once. Yeah, she was being smart about it. You're far too special for that.
You gaze at Amelia. A mist has descended over your vision, and it isn't even the mist of imminent death.
I have to keep this precious blood safe. Wait, so I did pick the good route? I think you might be my muse.
You will never escape.
Wow. Cool. I
told you
picked
the right one.
But still, this is horrifying. She's gonna chop my arms up repeatedly and stick them in the weird hole in the wall repeatedly.
You'll escape between this and the next chapter.
I'm just saying, this is worse than Tick Lady. Because Tick Lady seemed like at the end, she didn't actually want to she seemed like she actually wanted to be your friend. Amnesia's just like, I'm going to use you as paint.
Well, I mean, okay, but this one's openly nice.
Well, yeah.
The other one's just unbearable. To me, at least. I have messed up priorities. I'll acknowledge that. Like, this one has a Healy wall. The other one did not, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Therefore, in the other scenario...
What about your ribs, though? Like, can you fit your whole body into the Healy wall?
Good question. Doubt it, though.
I have many concerns.
Yeah. I would have concerns if I was invested. Thankfully, I'm still very passive. You wanna go fuck up?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I was gonna hum like another video game theme as it was fast forwarding like I did the past couple times, but I can't think of a good one.
brain. I told her no, right?
Right.
Be chill about it.
You thank Amesia profusely, but you manage to keep it in the strictly verbal sort. Medicalizers are great. This part of the city is great. You really need to get more rich friends. You tell her this, throwing in a compliment of her studio while you're at it. See, this friendship stuff is easy.
I'm glad you feel that way. You're obviously really strange and under-socialized. But you don't seem to be a complete cultural idiot. Plus, I think it's really endearing how helpless and trusting you are.
You laugh, slightly unnerved. You want to take that as a compliment, but after a recent encounter with another girl in the blue... Well, it all ended up okay, but Amesia is so nice and friendly, and she keeps calling you huge, which you think is pretty generous of her, considering what a disgusting mess you are in this point.
Speaking of low bloods, what's your blood color? Just out of curiosity.
Blood color? You aren't really sure what she's talking about, but red? You tell her it's red. She looks a little disappointed.
I've got plenty of burgundy. Oh well. Good thing I have a delivery coming soon. Hey, do you think you can help me set up a few things before set a few things up before they get here?
They? Visitors? As in plural? As in multiple potential friends? Oh, hell yes. You are all over that, especially considering your newly healed arm. You are anxious to display all the simple motor functions you can now perform. Amesia gives you another radiant smile. You live for these smiles, man. They are just so full of the glowing nectar of bromance.
Perfect. Let's do this. Work always goes faster with two pairs of hands after all.
Yes, absolutely it does.
What are you?
I don't know. And even if by that she seems to mean her hand are pointing while she tells you where to put things, you're totally fine with that. Your ribs are still kind of killing you, but you swallow down the pain. You are getting pretty good at that. Too bad you can't stick your whole torso into that magical science fiction hole in the wall. Well, maybe you could, but not right now. Right now, you've got a friend to help. Amesia instructs you to clear all the furniture to the edges of the room and lay down a big purple tarp. Apparently, tarps aren't blue on this planet. Amesia answers her phone and then buzzes open the apartment door. She runs over to the elevator with a squeal of delight.
They're here! Sorry, I'm getting so giggly about this. It's just been a while since I've had any new paints.
Wait, paints? That's what's coming? Now that you think about it, there is something pretty crucial missing from this whole artist aesthetic she's got going on here. There aren't any paints.
Isn't that them?
No.
Right behind her?
No, there's no paints there. None of that. No tubes dribbling color or pots with their tops left partially unscrewed.
Right here in
there
this
aren't
box.
even any pencils.
Right. Well, these are paintbrushes probably, but I'm just... Okay.
The elevator opens and two trolls come in. They have pretty similar shaped horns and they're almost the exact same height. Brothers? Do trolls have brothers? From their uniforms and the douchey, swaggering way they walk around, you get the idea that they are some sort of law enforcement. That and the third troll in handcuffs they are dragging between them.
Thank you, guys! Shouldn't be thanks? Whatever. You always bring me the best materials.
They don't say anything. They just bring the third troll into the center of the top and force them into a kneeling position. Then they bow to Amesia and leave the way they came. This doesn't look great. Even before Amesia runs out of the room and comes back in with the axe the size of her whole body, you are not living this. The troll on the top trembles and bites back a sob, but they don't say anything or try to run. She isn't really going to do what it looks like, is she? You can't bring yourself to believe that this cute little alien girl is going to straight up axe murder a dude right in front of you, presumably to finger paint with their blood. You stammer something to this effect. Amesia laughs.
Well, I don't use my fingers. I'm not a fucking animal.
Cut to the other storyline. She considers you for a few moments, tapping a claw against her mouth.
You don't have fingernails. Where are your fingernails? How do you... Whatever.
Do trolls have fingernails?
Yeah, they're yellow.
Huh. I know! Sorry, that's you.
I know! You can help me! I only ever let one other person help me with my work. It was Sarava, wasn't it? You fucking bitch, you betrayed her! I bet. Probably. Fuck! I called Sarava her! Fuck! Hmm? And she... Oh, she's out of town right now. Okay. Unless you're also misgendering... Okay, never mind. Because Sarava isn't out of town. Okay. But you and I have a connection. But then who is... Who is... Okay. You feel it too. Right?
You do. God, you do. You've been feeling it so much lately for everyone you meet. You thought you had maybe come across someone who could readily accept your platonic longings without putting you through the ringer first.
You do want to help me, don't you?
You do. You want that more than anything. Amicia looks at you solemnly.
Why don't you do the honors?
She holds out her axe.
I wouldn't offer this to just anyone. But I can tell how special you are.
You're trembling. The troll on the top is also trembling, but unlike you, they seem to have accepted their fate. Slowly, inevitably, you hold out your hand for the axe. Amicia gives it to you with a smile. God damn it! You forgot about your broken ribs! And you're a human and can't... you're a human and can't pick up gigantic fucking axes with one hand. You drop it and it bounces away from you. Like, way more than you think an axe would probably bounce. You look up at Amicia from where you are doubled over with pain and shame. She laughs and scampers over to retrieve the axe, once again swinging it up without any sign of strain. She doesn't even have any visible muscles. What is this girl made out of?
So I think I read somewhere that... Okay, so... Equius, he's like the super strong blue blood. Originally it was just like... He was just weird for being that strong. Like, Horus was also strong, but it's because he worked out. But I think I read somewhere that, I believe it was... Oh... So the writer of the games decided that all the blue bloods were strong, and I'm like... Okay, sure. Anyway. How silly of me! You seem so culturally advanced for a second that I forgot about your natural inferiority. Here, I'll give you a second chance.
You nod. Yes, please. A second chance that does not include committing gruesome murder.
Usually I just use chains. But I've got a better idea.
Oh. Oh god. You get what she wants you to do. You hesitate, and Amicia's smile gets even wider. Sweeter. Sweet like poison. She wants you to hold them down so she can lock you both at once.
Oh? You don't want to help me?
The tarp crinkles underneath you as you kneel. You grasp the troll's shoulders and mumble an apology. They continue to say nothing. Amicia is sharpening her axe, which already looks pretty damn sharp.
Hold on tight.
You try. You really do. The problem is, you try to hold on tight, but at the same time, you try to drag the troll out of the way. Some buried instinct to try and preserve life rising up inside of you. You're weak and injured, though, so all you end up doing is just flopping both of you a little to the side.
Ew.
Instead of coming down on a neck in a clean slice, Amicia's axe glances off the troll's collarbone, mortally wounding them instead of killing them outright.
Oh, that has gotta hurt. Also, they're green blood, apparently. What is that, like, olive, maybe?
I mean, I was gonna suggest something, but you'd say, ew, so I will refrain.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Yes. But you know exactly what it was. And now you know why they have not been begging for their life. They don't have a tongue, so they can't beg, but they sure can yell, and thrash, and bleed olive green alien blood all over you and the top.
Ah, it was olive. Cool.
God, there's so much blood. It's just spurting everywhere.
Ew.
Jesus Christ, you are such an idiot. Why couldn't you just commit? Now you're covered in dying alien, and so is everything else. Amesia, the work table, and most direly, the canvas leaning against the wall. Amesia takes one look at them and lets out a wail of rage.
I can't believe this! I let you into my hive! Into my life! I was planning to let you into my pusher! I thought you were a refined sophisticate! But now I see you're just a Philistine! The fuck is a Philistine? A prophet? Or an outcast? The fuck?
Philistine was a place.
I don't know anything! Give me information! I don't understand. What is she talking about?
She's calling you a Neanderthal. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
She gives you a shove toward the elevator. Your ribs are screaming, and so is the bleeding troll. You try to babble an explanation.
Forget it! I don't want to hear your excuses! Jahat was right! Oh. Oh, wow! Huh. Okay, I don't know why that wasn't obvious. If you want someone killed right, you have to kill them yourselves!
You ride the elevator back down, kneeling in a pool of blood and failure.
Wait, so...
Terrible at murder.
Wait, so her and Shahad aren't friends?
Who dares knock at the door?
Can't even believe you! Going to check the door! We're about to wrap up! What?
Well, thank you for participating in our terrible, terrible gameplay videos. I hope you had a good time, or at least that you could tolerate my insensitive younger sibling.
I hate you. I hate you so much. Why do you do things to make me hate you?
Because I'm testing the boundaries of your emotional spectrum.
But you do it all the time!
Because life's a test.
I hate you. Anyway, so... hopefully there'll be more playthroughs, and we can go meet more people. I can be just excited to go hang out with Tigra as I was to freaking hang out with Sarava. Because, man, that would be awesome. I'm kind of scared to hang out with Gallic, though. Seriously. What's with all these blue people?
Goodbye.
Later.